Hello everyone, Standard 5 students. Today the topic of discussion is addition and subtraction of decimals. Addition and subtraction of decimals is quite easy, quite simple, just like simple whole numbers. Here you have to focus on keeping the decimal point below the decimal point of the other number. The rules for the addition are: addition of decimal is just like the addition of whole numbers, as I told you. To add the unlike decimals, make them the like decimals by adding the required number of zeros. Place the decimal points one below the other, both for the addends and the sum. Put a zero before the decimal point if there is no whole number part. Like, for example, 0.56. It has to be written as 0.56. When one of the numbers to be added is a whole number, add a decimal point after the number and then add the number of zeros required to make the given numbers as like decimals. If it is a whole number, you add zeros after the whole number by putting a point after the whole number. If it is a decimal part which doesn't have a whole part, add a zero as the whole part. See, for example, 75 was the whole number. Add zeros after the decimal part and write 75.000 as required number of zeros. Now, the questions that we have on screen are two questions. So we are doing the A part first, 0.3 plus 0.6. Now, what are we going to do here is place 0.6 below 0.3. But before that, we require the place values. Place values required are ones and tenths, so we write them. Below them, we write 0.3 and 0.6 and we do the simple addition of these two numbers. Starting from the right hand side, 6 plus 3 is 9 and 0 plus 0 is 0. Don't forget that we have to put this point just below the point in the addends. So the answer is 0.09. Similarly, on the right hand side, we have a question number B, 8 plus 0.98. One's point, 10th place and the 100th place. 8 does not have a decimal part, so we add two zeros to 8 after the decimal point and then we write below it 0.98. We do the simple addition starting from the right hand side, 9, 8 and just bring the decimal point down here and the answer becomes 8.98. Similar is the practice that has to be followed for the subtraction of decimals. The first step is that the subtraction of decimals is just like the subtraction of whole numbers. To subtract the unlike decimals, make them like decimals by adding the required number of zeros. Place the decimal points one below the other, both for the subtrahend, minuend, and the difference. Then arrange them vertically and subtract. Now we have two questions over here, 0.8 and 0.1, 2.3 and 0.05. What are we going to do? First write the place values and then write the numbers and simply subtract them as shown. 8 minus 1 is 7, 0 minus 0 is 0, so the answer we get is 0.7. On the right hand side, we require 2.3. We have added a 0 over here to make the hundreds place visible, and below that we write 0.05. We do the subtraction. 0 cannot subtract 5, so 0 borrows 1 from 3. 3 becomes 2 and 0 becomes 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. 2 minus 0 is a 0. 2 minus 0 again is a 0. So the answer that we get here is 2.25. This is all for today. We had learned about the addition and subtraction. The main point for this is place the decimal point below the decimal point in the addend, in the sum, in the minuend, in the subtrahend, and in the difference. Don't forget it, children. We are going to meet in the next video with the multiplication and division of decimals. Thank you.